What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today's video I'll be talking about this brand new underground laboratory boss, MAZINO. But before I get started on this video, make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe, and also turn that post notification bell so that you guys can always stay tuned as we turn to post new videos. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're new here on the channel, I make various videos and guides on multiple games such as Ether Gazer. So if you guys are interested in those type of games, you can go ahead and click the channel down below and start watching those videos. And if you guys have any questions regarding builds and meta characters and which characters you should summon for and which characters you should invest in, you can join the Discord server by going to my channel and clicking the channel description, and in the channel description you guys will see the link. But anyways, I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right into the video. So Data MAZINO. Now I don't know how to say his last name. You guys could put it down in the comment section. I don't know how to say his last name. Is it MAZINO or MAZINO? I don't know, but I'm going to stick with MAZINO for now. But MAZINO, this guy, he is ridiculous. Like, as you can see, I'm in bronze 3. Like, I can literally do no damage to this guy. He's just busted. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a quick replay before I go ahead and try to fight him. But this guy is just absolutely insane. Now, the reason why he's just absolutely crazy is because, one, he basically has a physical resistance boost. Like his physical resistance is around like 98 or 99%, I don't know, which is absolutely crazy. So he has a physical resistance, which is insane. And on top of that, he has this barrier. Now, when he has this barrier surrounding him, when that barrier is about to go down, he's gonna do so much damage. Like he could literally one-shot your entire team once that barrier goes down. So you want to make sure that you're using Evan, because if you don't use an Evan, your entire team is going to instantly die if like his shield goes down and then you don't use Evan. So one thing that I will advise you guys is that you want to play this in manual mode. When you're fighting against MAZINO, fight him in manual mode. Do not fight him in auto mode, because you don't want Evan to use his immortality. You don't want him to use his special move before the shield goes down, because if Evan uses the immortality before the shield goes down, the immortality is going to go away and then everybody's just going to instantly die. You basically want to use Evan's special move when Data MAZINO, when his shield is around like 2 seconds, when he activates it around like, when he activates it, and then when it's about to go down in 2 seconds, that's when you want to activate Evan's special move so that nobody can die on the team. So that's one thing. Now the second thing is, I realized that the units that you really want to use against this guy is of course Evan, but you also want to use Data MAZINO. The reason why is because Data MAZINO, of course, her survivability, and she also reduces his magic resistance. But the crazy thing about Data MAZINO is the fact that he has this status immunity effect, which is absolutely insane. So I'm going to go ahead and click his kit. As you can see, for his passive, he becomes immune to swiftness decrease, and unstable skills cooldown is decreased by 7 seconds whenever he takes physical damage. So physical damage is completely trash against him. You don't want to use physical damage against this guy because it's just not going to work. Now for his active, he creates a fan-shaped shockwave that deals 200% of his attack as damage 3 times to enemies in range, knocking them down for 2 seconds. The path of the shockwave leaves a heated zone that deals 120% of Data MAZINO's attack as damage every second. Okay, this part, they didn't even finish this part, but he basically creates like this little fire zone that's going to do a lot of damage. And for his second active, he releases energy to deal 700% of his attack as damage to nearby enemies and knocks back hit targets to the edge of the battlefield. In addition, Data MAZINO's physical resistance increases by 98% for 30 seconds, and he becomes immune to status effects for 30 seconds. This is busted. Physical resistance by 98% and immune to status effects for 30 seconds. He's basically invincible for like 30 seconds, which is crazy. So I feel like his second active is what makes him extremely busted. And for his special move, this is when I think this is when he creates his barrier. And then as you can see, he then gains a barrier equal to 1200% of his damage dealt that lasts for 10 seconds. Data MAZINO also leaves an error sign on which 2 hit enemies have the highest attack, decreasing their physical resistance by 20%. If Data MAZINO's barrier is not removed for 10 seconds, the error signs explode and kill the targets instantly. That MAZINO is immune to status effects while using this skill. So I'm still trying to figure out how I can get rid of that shield, because it seems like there's a way for you to get rid of it, because it says if that MAZINO's barrier is not removed. So there's basically a way that you can remove that barrier before it explodes. So if you don't have an Evan, there is a way for you to remove that barrier before it explodes, because if you don't remove that barrier on time, he's going to instantly one-shot your entire team. So if you don't know how to remove the barrier, use Evan. Evan is the safest way to go, because Evan will provide that immortality and then your team just won't die. So right now I'm still trying to figure out which character can remove that barrier, because it's kind of confusing because he's immune to status effects. So I was trying to use a Kun to see if Kun could like destroy that barrier. Kun can't do it. I was trying to see if, you know, multiple other characters such as Yiwa can place, you know, defense shred on him, and it still doesn't work. So this guy is really tough to go against. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can fight him again. Now, one thing I learned is that Hwarun literally does no damage to this guy, but Viola does, which is actually surprising. Like, I was using Viola against him. I think there was a replay. Let me see if I can find that replay. I think it was the second time we fought him. Okay, so as you can see, 172,000 damage. Viola did more damage than Hwarun. So Viola is actually pretty good against that of MAZINO, and as you can see, Jia, she's also pretty good against him. She was able to do 171,000 damage. Jaja is definitely the character you want to go for when you're fighting Data MAZINO, because her healing is absolutely insane and her healing comes in clutch. And of course you want to use Evan so that he can basically provide that immortality, and Data Mashni so that she can, you know, tank all his damage. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can beat this guy. So I'm gonna use Viola instead, because I feel like Viola is better. Should we keep the Hwarun or should we take out the Hwarun? That's the biggest question. I don't really know. You know what? I want to test this guy out, Wangnan. Can Wangnan stun him? That's like my biggest question. Can Wangnan stun him? And like my biggest thing right now is like, how am I able to get rid of that barrier before it explodes? So let's go ahead and see what we can do. I'm gonna test out Wangnan instead, because we already tested out Hwarun, and Hwarun wasn't able to do much. So as you can see right here, you want to do this in manual mode. As you can see, auto mode is completely off. So I'm going to see if I can use Wangnan's skill. His skill is going to do no damage. So I'm going to wait for the timer to reach 3 seconds, and then I'm going to proc Evan's immortality, because he's going to one-shot instantly. And then we're going to use Jia so that she can heal up. The good thing is that Wangnan has that revive, so we won't die instantly. Alright. So we want to use Jia again. Hopefully Evan can get his special move back up. I'm gonna wait. Alright. Evan is gonna proc that immortality. Hurry, hurry. Okay. That was close. He almost killed us there. Alright. Everything's looking good so far. Actually, no, don't proc it yet. We just got to be patient and wait. Alright, now we got to do it. I don't think we're going to be able to... Dang it, as you can see, we weren't able to land that immortality on time and our Viola died. So you really want to use that immortality on... Like, you want to use it once it reaches, like, 3 seconds. But I don't think we're going to be able to clear this, because Evan, he's just not proccing his special move. As you can see, boom, instantly dies. So you need Evan against this guy, because if you don't have Evan, he's just gonna one-shot your team one by one, and everyone is just gonna die instantly. So yeah, Data MAZINO, this guy, he is a problem. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get rid of that shield. So if you don't have Evan, it's gonna be really tough to fight against this guy. It's gonna be really tough, because you need to get rid of that shield, because that shield is what allows him to do so much damage. And as you can see right here, Wangnan is able to do some decent damage to him, and Viola as well. So it all comes down to whether or not you have Evan, who's able to keep both of these units alive. So I'm gonna try to find a way on how to get rid of that barrier for you guys, so that for the people who don't have Evan, there's a way of you getting rid of that barrier. But if you have Evan, all I gotta tell you is make sure that you fight this guy on manual mode. Do not use auto mode, because Evan is just gonna spam his special move and your team is just gonna die instantly. So make sure you fight him in manual mode, and make sure that you use units. You want to make sure that you have a Viola, because Viola can do damage. But if you don't have a Viola, I'm pretty sure units such as Yiwa would be pretty fine. Huarun, she doesn't really do that much damage, but she's able to provide shield to your ally units, which is actually pretty good. As you can see, she's able to tank and take a lot of damage. So her survivability against Mazino is pretty good, but in terms of damage is really not that good. So if you want damage, a lot of damage, you want to have a Viola or a Wangnan. They'll be pretty solid units to use. Kun won't really work against him because he has the status immunity effect, so he will be immune to stuns. So this guy is really tough. It's gonna take me a couple days to figure out how to beat him and how to get, you know, higher damage, because total damage we have so far is 438,000, and I was even able to get past bronze. So this guy, he's really tough. Anyways, I'll end the video at that. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this guy is challenging? Put your thoughts down below in the comment section. I like to see you guys' opinions. But anyways, I believe in the video at that. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.